Well, let's see who's out and about tonight. What are we going to talk about tonight here before we go live on 40 meters? Wanted to see who out there participated over the weekend's DX Worldwide and see how everybody did. We were not out there in the midst of all of the chatter, but we're very curious to see how other stations did this weekend. They got some numbers on the number of contacts, any unusual ones you've got, any super long distance. I know there's been a lot of de-expeditions that were going on this weekend, and we're very curious to see how people did. So that'll be kind of the topic for the night as we call CQ and check in with the folks out there. We'll certainly kind of ask them if they participated this weekend and how they did. If they didn't, which is fine as well. But we decided to try this first. And hey, Todd, yeah, I understand you got to run, but I appreciate you stopping by there, my friend. Nice to know you're out there. Hopefully we'll get a chance to connect again. We might be out for a while. Depends on how long your meeting is. If not, we'll be here a couple of days this week. So we'll see how that goes. So let me turn the screen here so you can at least see kind of where we're going to be. I think this is an open spot for right now, 7247, and we'll call CQ in a few minutes here, and we'll give it a go and see if we can make some contacts. Not too sure about the microphone, so you might have to give me a little heads up on the live chat if this is driving too hard or the volume's not high enough or what have you. So we'll hopefully it'll be audible enough. We have to turn off the other microphone to the radio because it does kind of be hard to hear me and hear the noise that's on the live stream. So yeah, I hope everybody had a great time. We kind of touched the radio once in a while on Saturday to see what was out there, and it sure seemed like 15 meters was hopping quite a bit. And we did hear a little bit on 10 meters. Again, we weren't going to transmit, but we're very curious to see how the bands were. And 20 meters was definitely busy. It was pretty packed, what we could tell on the waterfall. So, and then we got a little bit of relief. We went over to 17 to see what some people were talking about there. So we'll flip the mics over here real quick. I think we're going to call CQ. We'll see if the band is open first, and to see if we can get a few contacts tonight, if the band will hold, and we'll go from there. So I'm open if you like this kind of thing first, kind of get an intro of what we like to talk about, just with me and the mic and you guys and girls there on the live stream. And if you say, hey, Randy, just get to it, we can do that as well. So we'll shut this mic off, get the other one fired up, and we'll see if we can make a few contacts. So I appreciate you guys hitting the live stream. Hopefully it'll be worthwhile. You'll get some enjoyment out of it. Again, we always do, so I hope you guys do as well.
Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency occupied? Nothing heard. CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, kilowatt 0, radio whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ, CQ on 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 kilowatt 0, radio whiskey Bravo, calling CQ and listening. CQ, 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 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ. See how the band is going to be tonight. This is kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Calling CQ on 40 meters. CQ. Any stations anywhere? QRZ, any stations. K0RWB, any stations and listening.
Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Kilo.
Yeah, okay. Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Kilo, I believe that's right. If I typed it in right, Phil, good evening. The name here is Randy, and we are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, I'm about 20 miles north of Huntsville, Alabama. Then, Roger.
Oh, okay. Fine business there. Yeah, we've got you pulled up on the logger here. We've got your grid square pulled up, and got a really good location where you at there. We kind of see where Hazel Green is, Harvest, Meridianville, Madison. How am I doing so far?
About 5.7 to 5.8 over this way, Roger.
5.7 to 5.8. I'll take it. I'm not sure what the band is going to do tonight for us, Phil. You're about the same here, 5 to 7 and 5 and 8. And maybe the band will be jumping up and down. We just don't know. But you don't know until you try there, Roger.
Hey, Roger, it's pretty noisy on this end, too, but I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, you just don't know. There's some nights that, 40 meters is just smoking right along, and there's a lot of nights where it's pretty much of a struggle, but, you just don't know until you call CQ. So, hey, we're going to give it a shot here and see see how well it works there, Roger.
Roger there. You kind of get covered with the noise on the back.
Hey, Adam. Now, nice to hear you. We'll see if we can give you a call here in just a minute or two.
Yeah, okay, Phil. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wish the conditions were a little better, but it is what it is. But we exchanged signal reports, so that's a contact in my book. So, hey, thanks for giving us a call. First one of the night. 7-3s, you and yours be safe and be well. Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Kilo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll say 7-3s. Okay, let's see if Adam is out there. He give us a shout there on the live stream on the chat. Let's see if he's out there. November Yankee 5 Echo. See, Adam, are you able to copy me? Go ahead. Well, we'll try it again. We may have a tough time tonight. November Yankee 5 Echo. Adam, are you there? Go ahead. Well, we'll try it again here in a few. Maybe the band will calm down for us a little bit. We'll see what happens. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. QRZ, any of the stations, please. Okay, Kilo Juliet 4, India Yankee Lima, I believe there. Roger?
That is correct, Roger. The name is Mike, Mexico India Kilo Echo, operating portable in Woodlawn, Virginia, just outside of Galax.
Okay, I'm running portable. Hey, congratulations. Good for you. The name here, Mike, is Randy, and our QTH is 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri there. And next go around, we'll take a look at the meter and see how you're doing there. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. You're a solid 9. Solid 5.9 here. And I'm using a G5RV Junior with 300 ohm lead. And I've got it strung up in a tree about 35 foot. And operating on a Kenwood OTS 440.
Wow, that's terrific. Hey, good for you. The juniors do quite well, and the regular G5s do as well. So, hey, congrats. You're 5 and 5, 5 and 7 here in the receive. So, for running portable, it's pretty good. The band does seem to be kind of noisy, a little up and down. We're straight line. We're 775 miles, so I'd say that's pretty good working portable there, Roger. Well, I think that's great. Hey, you got to tell me real quick here with these, with your internal shack picture. How did you get all that blue light dialed up like that? That's pretty slick there. Go ahead. I think that's pretty slick, man. Hey, good for you. Hey, you know what? If it works, it works. That is really slick. Just wanted to kind of touch base on that. Mike, it doesn't look like that we've had a contact before, and just wanted to let you know that we come out here in the evenings around 7 o'clock Central Time for a little while and try to make contacts. And we also live stream on YouTube, which we're doing right now. So if you're interested in listening to what you actually sound like on the air, you can go listen to our QSO. Of course, it's live, but it also records as well. And my YouTube channel is my call, Mike, K0RWB. You can go in the search bar and look at click it in, look for the video with today's date, or on my QRZ page, we've got a link to it as well. But yeah, if you're curious to see how that portable sounds on the air, you can certainly give a look and a listen. We do have our radio display on the screen, so you can actually see the signal strength. We've got our oscilloscope up. You can see your audio wave pattern. And there's this wonderful little webcam pointed right at me there, Roger. Well, Mike, I wasn't able to copy that. You kind of went down to the noise there on us. Again, I think the band is kind of noisy, but hey, we were able to exchange signal reports. That's okay. That's a contact in my book. But anyway, if you have a chance, give a look and a listen if you'd like, and see how that works for you. But I do appreciate you giving us a call this evening. I wish the band was in a little bit better shape, but you never know. It could turn in 5 minutes, and we could be 20 over. You never can tell. So anyway, I'll say 7-3s. Thank you again for giving us a call here on Tuesday night. And you and yours be safe, be well, and hopefully we'll have a chance to work again. We'll say 7-3s for now. Kilo Juliet 4, India Lima, Yankee Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Mike. 7-3s.
Kilo.
Okay, this is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. QRZ, any other stations, please?
Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec. Delta, Quebec.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Quebec. Boy, I know that voice. I know that call sign. I guess the amp is warmed up.
QSL. Sounding very good tonight there, Randy. Got a good 10 over S9 on you, sometimes peaking 20 over when the band decides to favor in your direction. Band's a little squirrely tonight, fading fast and coming up fast. Anyway, definitely sounding very good audio tonight. And sounding good. I think the theme of your thing tonight is how'd you do on the CQ Worldwide contest? Well, this was my best year ever. I got 830,000 points, or 830,760 points. I was pretty pumped this year. 10 meters opened up, got a lot more multipliers. It was just a lot of fun. Spent 27 hours just jamming away at it. Anyway, back over to you. This is Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Quebec. Back over to you, Randy.
I think that's awesome. That is awesome. Hey, congratulations. When you said 27 hours, I hope it wasn't all in one time.
No. That was the whole logging, my whole log that I use. I like to use N3FJP, very good program, and he logs the time. Of course, a lot of people want to know that. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. I got a few new countries, and had a blast. But anyway, what's the signal report tonight?
Well, I've got you right at 20 over. We've had this is the third contact that I've had so far, and you are by far the strongest. Hey, Robert, thanks for saying hi. K2WRD. Hopefully you'll have a chance there, same as you, Jeremy. But yeah, it's a good signal. The first couple were right at the noise, and then just kind of faded out. Unfortunate. Couple of new contacts. One right there in Alabama, which would have been nice, and it just, it's kind of what those deals are, but we, like I said, we started our intro early tonight, and we didn't participate. We did have a minute here and there. We kind of turned the rig on, and just to get a sense of what the bands were like. And I mean, 15 was hopping. At least it was on my receive. 10 seemed to be pretty good. I saw the waterfall on 20 meters, and I don't know where there was not an open spot whatsoever. And then I jumped over 17, and you could kind of hear people taking a deep breath and so forth. But I think that's great. The band seemed to be holding those last 4 or 5 days, which I'm really glad it worked over the weekend as well. And it really sounds like that people were able to make a lot of contacts. I think that's terrific.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, this was my best year ever on CQ Worldwide, and I thought it was going to be a real bad year. We had the solar storm coming in, and we were supposed to get hit with some CMEs, but it all did real good. And then I heard 10 meters open up, got a lot of South America, had a blast. It was really good. 10 meters, like I said, opening up, and let me look at my log and see how many countries I did get. I mean, I got 74 countries on 10 meters. I thought that was like awesome, but anyway, you're sounding good. I'm kind of checking out my signal here on your live feed. I got you as a subscriber, so when your live feed comes up, I get an alert, and I thought, well, there it is, an alert. I'm gonna try to work him. But anyway, your station's definitely sounding good. What kind of power level are you running there? Tell me a little bit about your station. Back over to you there, Randy.
Well, it's not much to talk about, honestly. We just have a dipole on the side of the tower, about 38 foot, and we have one leg pointed at Washington State, and the other one's pointed toward San Diego, so to speak. So it's really unusual configuration, but it seems to work. And we only do about maybe 6 to 650 watts. That's just about it. And the only reason we're doing that, Jeremy, is especially doing the live stream. If you want to run 100 watts in a wire, which a lot of people do, and they do really well, it could make it a little difficult, especially if you're trying to do the live stream and that kind of thing. So at least we're trying to hope we can get out there, and hopefully that if it transmits as well and it receives that well, which it seems like it is, hey, that's great to it. But nothing really special here, but it seems to work out really well from us. I mean, there's all different configurations out there, and I hear them all when people stop and say hi, and they tell me about their equipment and whatever, and it's just amazing some of the stuff people have. Some people are really into simple setups, and some people have some really complex equipment and setup as well. And again, that's just a great thing about the hobby.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I enjoy the amplifier aspect of it. The station here tonight's my usual ICOM 7700, feeding that to my homebrew amplifier, doing 1500 watts to a rotatable dipole up at about 60 feet. Anyway, Randy, I'm going to let you go, get some more contacts. I'm kind of a long-winded individual. I like to talk a lot, and that's why I built my big amp, because I got tired of burning up the other amps being long-winded. So I built me one that'll last. Anyway, I'm going to say 73s with you, my friend, and I'm going to sit here and watch your YouTube video and see how many more people you work. This is Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec, Delta, Quebec, with Kilo 0, red, white, and blue. 73s, my friend.
Jeremy, my pleasure. Always a pleasure. And hey, thanks for taking the time to give us a shout. I do appreciate it. And again, congrats on your weekend. It sounds like you did really good. I mean, that many countries on 10 meters. That's really terrific. So yeah, I don't think we have a problem hearing you at all. So that's great. I appreciate the support, and I'm glad to know that that little notification thing there on the channel works, because we use it quite a bit as well. Alex and a few others, that as soon as they go live or whatever, then we know we can kind of flip over to it, and I appreciate people doing that here as well. Again, this is nothing special either. It's just something that we enjoy doing, and I'm glad to see that people like to take the time to come by and say hi. So, Jeremy, thanks again. And yeah, by all means, sit back. Maybe there'll be some other information, some other stations that we can provide that might be something of interest for you. You never know. And again, we're going to do our best to be out here the rest of the week. So, like I said before, you're always welcome back anytime, my friend. Always nice to have a quick chat with you as well. So, hey, we'll say 7-3 for you and yours tonight. And, you never know. The weekend will be here before we know it again. So that's just the way it works. So anyway, you guys take care, and thanks again for giving us a call. Kilo Charlie 8, Quebec Delta, Quebec, Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Jeremy, 7-3. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? K0 RWB listening. Well, I'm hoping it's not all bad. We got a few contacts. We can see maybe we can get a couple more. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. QRZ, any other stations? Come now, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee.
Okay, Kilo, whoops, I got a 3 in there. How'd that 3 get in there? Kilo Echo 8. There we go. Romeo Bravo Yankee. David, is it done? Tell me it's done.
No, it's closer.
Oh, gosh. It's been, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, it's been, well, maybe so. I guess you had the weekend, but I guess something got in the way. Okay, so tell me where we're at.
Well, I'm working on the YL sewing room right now, and I had to go get some more cabinetry.
Oh, that's right. You were doing some stuff for the YL. Well, okay, then you're definitely, you got to pass, and I certainly understand that priority.
Roger that. I saw you on. I thought I'd give you a shout. I've been pretty good busy. I've just little things for her, and I did get my gazebos all up and my outdoor kitchen built, so that part of it's coming together.
Well, that's good. You're able to split a little time there to get some of your projects done, and you're helping the YL. I'm sure she appreciates that. So, hey, that's terrific. So unless there's a weather issue, when do you think you might have everything completed?
Well, totally it will be next spring. I've got to get the yard, get the grass back, and then I've got...
Yes, Jeremy, all the knobs to the right. That's exactly right. Thanks, brother. Hey, Robert, wanted to say hi to you, buddy. Glad you're here. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get you on the air.
A cookout. They can be over in the grass in the yard, and we can be not bothered with them begging.
Well, that's good. I'm not sure what you're hearing on your end. I'm sure hearing a lot of noise on my end tonight. I guess the bands had to take a deep breath as well after what was going on over the weekend. It seemed like it seems as though just about perfect conditions for a lot of operators, but maybe 40 is just taking a deep breath and kind of relaxing tonight. But you're usually a lot stronger in my receive, but I get, it's just kind of, I guess, how it's going to be tonight there. Go ahead.
Copy that. It's 40, so it does what it does. I was hoping we could get a little bit of a QSO in, and, there's been a couple nights I couldn't even hear you.
Oh, I feel the same way. I'm sitting right here, and sometimes I can't hear me. I don't know what the percentage is. I haven't really kept track of it. I know it wasn't last week, the week before, so it would have been 2 weeks ago last night, 2 weeks ago Monday. It was probably one of the best nights I've ever had here, my location on 40 meters, than I can remember since maybe back in the late winter, early spring. I mean, the band was just as quiet. Everybody was 5'9" and 5'9 plus. And we were out here for a couple hours, and it was just one after another, and everybody was strong. It was from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast and everything in between. So, I guess for me and my location, we don't get those days very often, but when you do, you really do enjoy them. But again, this works. David, if we were 20 over night in, night out, we'd probably get pretty bored and we'd go do something else. So when you have to kind of work a little bit to make the contact, I think it just means a little bit more there. Go ahead.
Roger that. And yeah, like I said, your direction there last night, I got on for a few minutes and got into Louisiana from here, and that was my first contact down that way. So the band's doing, for me, it just depends on the day of which direction the signal's good.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm trying to think. I think it might have been Friday afternoon. And it was because the bands had been open, I just kind of rolled around a little bit and what happened to be on 15 meters and heard a station that I hadn't talked to. And I had my log back in 2012. It was a South African station. And so I could hear him quite well. And so I kind of pointed that direction, and I waited my turn, and I called, and we were able to talk again after all this time, almost 10 years. And I said thank you and cleared so he could make some more contacts. And I said, well, I'll just see if it works. So I rolled up the band a little bit, found a little open spot, and called CQ. And for the next 45 minutes, it was one after another, and a lot of them that part of the world, never else. And I would have never in my wildest dream believed that the band would have been open like that and made it. It was that simple, that easy, and it made it a lot of fun, of course, because a lot of stateside contacts in overseas Europe as well. Contacts. So I just thought, for the contesters this weekend, man, they were just going to have a ball. And like I said, it was just 20 meters. I don't know how they did it. It was just wall to wall, station on top of station on top of station. So I'm glad they enjoyed it, but boy, sure something I couldn't handle there. Go ahead.
Roger that. That's great you got that contact into that fella you had been 10 years. Like I said, I didn't get on much over the weekend.
Well, that's exactly what Steve does, you see. He stops in and says hi on the chat, and then he's out of here. Okay, Nagasaki. You do what you can do here. We got another mic for you guys here as well. So thanks for giving us a note there on the chat. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, David. I had somebody here on the chat, so I had to make a comment back as well there. So, hey, listen, I'll let you go. See if we can get a few more here before the band totally shuts down. But, hey, again, appreciate you always checking in with me. I'm glad you're getting some double projects done, some things for yourself and for the YL. I'm sure she'll be quite happy when you get the sewing room done. And nice to hear you got your gazebo up. And we'll be patiently waiting, until the completion date. Keep taking those pictures, get them uploaded so I can get those out to all the viewers out there. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in your progress as well. So I appreciate you, David. Give me a call tonight, and we're anticipating trying to be out here the rest of the week as long as nothing else kind of gets in the way. So as always, if you hear me out there, we expect you now. You're a regular to give us a call. So, hey, enjoy the rest of your evening, David. Thank you again, and we'll look forward to the next time. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, David. 7-3.
7-3s, Randy, and I will keep you updated and get some pictures up.
All right. Take care, my friend. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any other stations, please come with your call.
Yankee clear.
November 7, Juliet Oscar X-ray portable.
November 7, Juliet Oscar X-ray portable. That sounds like Barry. How'd I do? Is that correct? Go ahead, Barry.
Oh, you got it. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it is Barry, and I'm still in Wyoming right now. I'll be heading back to my home base north of Las Vegas there day after tomorrow. But I've got everything packed. I'm ready to go, and everything's put away except this one Kenwood. So I thought I'd give you a shout there. And you got a good signal here. Thanks for picking me up.
Okay, well that's great, Barry. You're solid 5 and 7. We've got some noise on the band. My noise level's about S5, so you're certainly above that, and so it's working really well. So tell me again the portable location. You're up in Wyoming.
I'm in Wyoming. It's called Granite Canyon, not Grand Canyon. Granite Canyon, which is just an intersection about 30 miles west of Cheyenne. I spent the whole summer here. I have a ranch here I've had for 40 years or so. Anyhow, I spent the whole summer here, but it's time for me to get out of here. The weather's getting too bad. Over.
I was going to say, I would venture to guess it's probably starting to get a little bit on the chilly side. We are experiencing that here. Our high today was 42. It was right at freezing mark this morning when we got up, so it didn't get a whole lot warmer than that. Well, we've got family. Oh gosh, what am I trying to think now? Not in Cheyenne, but oh gosh, it'll come to me here in a second. I've got a cousin up there, and of course we've got family up and down the Front Range in Colorado. So very interesting. And so you said you had a ranch in Wyoming. How many acres, and what do you do up there?
I started with 80. I got rid of 40. I still have 40 already left. I'm retired. I'm an old guy. My wife and I are both retired. She doesn't like cold weather, so she comes about 2 months after I come here, and then she leaves a couple months first. So she spent about 3 months with me here, and she's back in Mesquite now, and I'll be seeing her Thursday night. It's about 11-hour drive. I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, I can certainly understand that. Yeah, the town that escaped me, I should know this, is Laramie. I've got an older cousin that lives up in Laramie. Probably been there 30 plus years or so, and we try to visit into the area. We haven't gotten up to see him in quite a while, but we have been up in Laramie on numerous occasions, of course. So certainly know the area, and we know about hitting 25 north and going right into Cheyenne. So one of our big enjoyments when we lived in Colorado Springs back in the 90s and the 2000s was to go up for Cheyenne Frontier Days. And we always enjoyed that up there. I always liked the country up there, really. But, yeah, there's not a whole lot that's going to stop the wind. And when that cold wind comes a-blowing, I don't know about you, but it goes right through me there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I've got lots of ponderosa pine on my place. When you leave here and go in other directions, things get a little flat there. That's typical, and the wind does blow all the time. I know Laramie very well. I've always liked Laramie. I went to UW, University of Wyoming, so I know it pretty well. But I haven't been. It's about 40 miles from me, but it's always easier for me to go to Cheyenne to get groceries, which I do about every 2 weeks. But the Wyoming side of that road has been not too good. So when I leave and go back, I'm actually going to Laramie. I'm going to the Colorado side of the dirt road is 8 miles long. It'll take me down to 287. 287 will take me right into Laramie, and then I'll hit 80, Interstate 80, all the way over, and then down 15 to Mesquite. Thanks again for picking me up. You got a good, solid 9 signal here.
Well, I appreciate it. And I was just going to say, I have a feeling you'd probably hit 287 at some point. That's how we used to go up. We had family in Fort Collins, Colorado, and that was one of the quickest ways that we would go up. Every once in a while we'd jump out on the highway, but always enjoyed 287. It's not near as fast, but a really beautiful scenery. If you're not in a big hurry, of course, and we kind of went that route. So one of the questions that we've been posing tonight, real quick before you go, Barry, and may or may not apply to you, but did you do any DX Worldwide this weekend?
I did not work that. This whole summer's been a work summer for me, doing things I have 3 buildings here, and I needed to do some upgrades on them, and that's what I did pretty well. My wife loves to fish. I like to hunt, although we're both older now. I don't hunt anymore, but anyhow, we didn't do anything fun this year, really, except work on the place here. Over.
Oh, gosh, that's what they say about all work and no play. Makes Johnny a dull boy, so be careful about that. But certainly understand that. Growing up on the farm here in central Missouri, we understand that at least for me growing up, it was sunrise until sundown, and even a few hours past that. And that could definitely know how that works. So, well, that's great. Well, I appreciate it. And let me look here real quick in the log. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't see a contact in the log here. I'll tell you real quick what we're doing in case you're interested. Of course, I know you're packing up. You may not have everything with you, but in the evenings, what we do here, Barry, on 40 meters, we try to get out here in the evenings around 7 o'clock Central Time. And I also do a live stream on YouTube, which is what we're doing right now. So it's an added dimension of amateur radio that we kind of bring out. Of course, we're not the first one to do this and probably won't be the last. And the only reason I mention it is because it is live, but it also records. And a lot of people would like to know what they actually sound like on the air. So this is one way of doing that. So again, if you're curious how that little portable setup is working, you could go to my YouTube channel, which is my call sign, K0RWB, and you could type that in the search bar and click on it, and then look for the video today's date if you got internet access. If not, but it'll still be there.
And you and I started about 30 minutes in. It's 36 minutes in right now. You get a chance to give a look and a listen. We do have our radio display up on the channel, so you can actually see the signal report. We have our oscilloscopes. You can see your audio wave pattern and so forth. The only downside is a webcam pointer at me, so you get to see my smiley face there, Roger.
Roger, yeah. Well, I tell you, I've got everything torn down now. Everything. My laptop, my big amplifier, I have all packed up. The only thing I'm running right now, an old Kenwood 450, 100 watts, and a 26-foot aluminum vertical antenna on the hillside in back of me. That's the only thing I have, and that's in the main log cabin. If you look on QRZ, I'm the old guy with white hair and wrinkles sitting on the porch of that log cabin, and that log cabin is not in Mesquite, Nevada. It's right here at my place here. Anyhow, thanks again for picking me up. You're doing a good job. Thanks for the invite to your group get together there, and when I get back to Mesquite, I'll make a point of listening.
Yeah, by all means do that. Like I said, it's going to be there regardless. Of course, it's and all my videos are dated on the site, and we actually put a date onto the screen as well, because I don't know how YouTube decides what's going to be the cover picture and what's not. So if it happens to be the display, then the date is there. But anyway, it's just something we do. But I hope when you get back to the home QTH and get settled, we do try to be out here in the evenings here on 40 meters. I hope you'll give us a chance and give us a call here on 40 meters and get some chances to work you. I will say this: we've been so far this evening, all of our calls have been to the east of me. Nothing really too far per se. So you are definitely the first one to the west and to the north of me. So nice to know the band is starting to open up. Your signal has been really steady as well, so that's very encouraging that maybe the rest of the night will be well. Barry, thank you again, and look forward to the next one. I'd like to kind of pick your brain, get some ideas, and what some of the things you were doing up here at your ranch. It sounds very interesting. So, hey, you and yours, be safe, be well. Have a safe trip when you head back to your home QTH, and we'll definitely be looking for you the next time around. So, hey, we'll say 7-3 for now. November 7, Juliet Oscar X-Ray. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take care. I'm clear. N7JOX.
All right. Take care, Barry. K0RWB, QRZ. Any other stations, please?
Alpha Bravo 5, Sierra Tango.
Alpha Bravo 5, Sierra Tango. Good evening, Bob. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing this evening?
Well, I tell you, if I was doing any better, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. How's that for an answer?
Well, sounds pretty good to me. I don't know if I'm doing that good, but I'm upright, so I guess that's a good thing.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm feeling so good, I've got no reason to complain because it wouldn't do us any good.
Yeah, it usually doesn't. I'm not much of a complainer. But yeah, I heard about you talking about your YouTube channel, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been doing this now since I think around the 1st of February. Somebody that we stumbled across around the December-January time of last year, and of course the beginning of this year, was calling CQ, and it was out of just south of Miami, Cutler Bay, Florida. His name is Alex, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform, and he said, yeah, we're doing this thing on YouTube, blah blah blah, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. So we just kind of checked in with him from time to time, and we thought our audio sounded really good in our headphones, and then listened to it in the playback, and I go, boy, that doesn't sound like me at all. So we made a few adjustments, and we kept checking in with him, and then that kind of turned into a couple of emails to some text messaging and phone calls, and he said, hey, you should try doing this. And I said, well, I can't afford to do that, and actually it didn't cost anything. I spent $20 for a video capture card, and that's it. So I had a lot of help there. But yeah, we try to do this here in the evenings here on 40 meters, Bob, and it's just an added dimension of amateur radio. I think people seem to like it. We're enjoying it. We're having fun with it, and as long as that keeps happening, we'll be out here in the evenings there. Go ahead.
All right, well, real good. Yeah, let's see, you're in Missouri there, Randy. Okay. Well, yeah, you're 5'9" here, really good signal. Yeah, I've been out of kind of away from ham radio for a few years, and I just recently got back into it. So, Yeah, I guess there's a few guys there on YouTube now that are doing this. So anyway, what kind of station you got there? Over.
Well, it's nothing real special, Bob, but we're running a Yaesu, the FTDX10. We have that paired with the Heil PR781 microphone. And the stuff that's doing all the work is the antenna. It's just a dipole, 40-meter dipole inside of our tower, about 38 foot. And I think we're doing about 600 to 650 watts on peaks. That's just about it. It's nothing real special, but it does work for us there, Roger.
Yeah, well, your audio is really good. That Heil mic's working for you. That's real nice audio. Well, I'm just running a TS590SD and about 600 watts to an in-fed halfway. It's kind of in an L. There's about, 15 feet of it coming down a pole, and anyway, it goes up to about 30 feet. So, yeah, nothing too spectacular here. How do you think the audio on this thing sounds, Rover?
Well, I was just going to comment on that. I think it actually sounds quite well. And by the way, your signal's been anywhere from 5 and 5 to 5 and 9. So I think we're both are like that. It's just the way the band is. I've only had one solid, a 5.9 plus tonight, and everybody else is. I mean, just the way the band is. But no, I think the audio is fine. What I will say is, it's kind of in the ear of the beholder, so to speak. Just because of whether it's a set of headphones or a speaker in the radio, it's just what a person hears, and it's also what the operator is trying to accomplish. If you want some audio that sounds better for rag chew versus trying to bust a pile up or work in DX or what have you in different tones and that kind of thing is certainly possible. We've got about 3 or 4 different settings in this radio that we can go to that we already have set preset. This is the one that we use the most, especially here in the evenings. And so that's what we kind of use. But again, like I tell people, nobody's going to know your voice as good as you do. And that was my case anyway when I listened to it. So that's the only thing I would suggest. If you have a chance, you can go to the channel, which is my call sign. I also have a link on my QRZ page. It'll take you to it. And you can give a look and a listen and decide for yourself how it sounds. I think it sounds good in my receive. But, you might say, oh, I don't think it sounds good. Maybe I want to do this or do that. And that's kind of what we try to do. We're not an audio expert, never claimed to be. And, as long as I don't hear any squealing or it's muffled or those kind of things, most audio is generally pretty good. So, again, you could be the judge of that there, Roger.
Okay, well, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I'm just using the microphone that came with the radio, the hand mic, so I probably won't make any severe adjustments to it until I get something else. But yeah, I just wanted to see what you thought. And anyway, I guess I'm going to go to bed here pretty soon. I guess I'll look on the computer and see what it sounds like there. But I'm going to have to get up. I'm going to have to get a shower here anyway. I've got to get up early and go to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't use that 4-letter word around here. So, well, real quick before you go, one thing we're doing tonight is asking operators, people to stop and say hi, like yourself, if you participated in the DX worldwide over the weekend, and if you did, how well you did. There, go ahead.
No, I did not. I didn't participate in it, but it sure seems like a whole lot of people did. Over. Yeah,
I think so. And we had this conversation earlier with a couple other operators, and the bands had been open just about all of last week. On 17, 15 was open. I think a little bit on 12, 10 was open, and it seemed as though it kind of rolled over to the weekend as well. And I just thought, wow, this is going to be great for the operators. We're not a contester. We have a hard enough time, working a pile up with 4 or 5 operators. I can't imagine what 50 or 60 or more than that. So we know our limitations. But it's just something we try to come up with a different topic each evening, Bob. And that's just one of the things, because it was a really big event. That it doesn't happen, I think, once a year, of course. And a few people that we've talked with tonight have participated and done quite well. We had one that had 74 countries on 10 meters. That's really, really good. It tells me the bands are are open quite a bit. So just thought we were curious about that. But anyway, yeah, give a look and a listen if you'd like, and get an idea, what this sounds like. Again, I think it sounds good in my receive. I will say the only downside is the webcam pointer at me, so you get to see my smiley face. But otherwise, we do have our radio display on the screen, so you actually see your signal strength, and we also have the audio scope, so you can see your audio wave pattern. So there again, it gives you an idea where the peaks and valleys are and so forth. But by all means, feel free to come back anytime. First contact for us tonight into Texas. I see that logger shows that you're up in Killeen, just north of Austin. So very nice to work you down in that part of the country. And I hope if you hear us again, you'll give us a shout. And we try to make this on a regular basis here in the evenings. Once in a while, we don't make it out here, but we do try to get here as much as possible. But if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. But in the meantime, you and yours, be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. Sound like you've got a big thing going up tomorrow as well. So by all means, take some time if you can and give us a call again. We'll say 7-3 for now. Alpha Bravo 5, Sierra Tango. My apologies. Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Bob. 7-3. Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? Well, I heard a November something, but you're right at the noise level. Try it again. November 1, Uniform X-Ray Victor. It sounds like John there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we're John up here in Maine. I just wanted to sign on QRZ, and I feel something about a Christmas train. I'm a retired railroad worker, 35 years, up here in Lincoln with a block. Changed names a half a dozen times, and it's going to change names again. They're going to get bought out by CSF somewhere.
Hey, well, thanks a lot, John, for giving us a call tonight. Boy, I tell you, so far tonight, you're the longest contact. 1,256 miles is what it's showing here on the straight line. Yeah, we did this several years ago with another operator out of West Virginia. It was just the two of us, and we made our own little QSL card. And we had been kind of away from the hobby for a while and had got back into it just about a little over a year ago, and have really enjoyed our time coming back and wanted to do something like that again. And it's going to be a little bit bigger scale than what we did before. So we got in contact with ARRL. We're going to have our special event listed on December's issue of QST Magazine. And as you can see on the picture on the bottom right, there is 5 call signs. And there's going to be 5 of us, including myself. We have operators around the country. And from the December 23rd to the December 26th, the operators will be out there on different bands and different times. And we'll be calling CQ and so forth. And it's a pretty cool little card. We've got the cards here now. They showed up last week. And for those that are interested, we'll have a card available for them there. Go ahead.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll be looking forward to that. If you look me up on QRZ, we can show you up. You'll see an antique looking snowplow. That's an on-track snowplow. It's called a Burt Fight. Built back in the 80s up in Canada. And that's one of the things I did the last couple of years before I retired, was plow snow on a track during the wintertime. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'd want to stand in front of that. It's not the same that they use for removing cattle. It's not a cattle guard. That's probably will push some snow and probably throw it quite a few feet away there, Roger.
Yeah, it does. It shows it quite a way. And then when you go into different areas where we have to clean more snow, there's 2 wings on the side that are about 12 foot on each side. Wings that you can the snow that it takes off of the boot down, and then it takes the rest of that snow and then puts it further away from the track bed.
Well, yeah, I was wondering about that. I can see just in the top of the picture, right on each side of the cab, I had a feeling that's what it was. And, well, it's unfortunate that you even have to have that equipment, but I would venture to guess you probably get a little bit more snow than we get here. I think we average around 19.5 to 20 inches a year, so that's probably something you could probably get in a day's time there, Roger.
Yeah, well, I retired in 2015 at the age of 62, and that was, I don't think we're going to win the bad since then.
Yeah, I can understand that for sure. Hey, one of the things that we're asking tonight, the people are stopping in, John, is did you participate in the contest there over the weekend? And if you did, how did you do?
No, I did not. I'm trying to get things wrapped up around here for winter. And of course, Saturday was opening day for hunting here in Maine for residents only. So I was not around the radio at all. But I live up here on Long Lake, and we're getting all the things put away, all the summer toys. So I did not get to do that.
Okay, well, we've had a few that have, and they've kind of told us how they did and what their point totals were, and there's a few, including myself, that were not able to or did not participate over the weekend. And again, I think it's a great thing if people do. Again, there's just so many different things to do with the hobby, and it's really nice that these different events take place, throughout the year, because you can't make this one, maybe you can make the next one, and so forth. And so there's just kind of things that we try to ask here. We try to come up with a different topic every time we're out here every evening. So we're asking what people what they did or didn't do. Of course, I'm real surprised though. It's nice signal you've got coming in here. I don't see a contact here on the log. So I want to thank you for the first one here on 40 meters, and hopefully we'll have a chance to work again there, Roger.
Yeah, it sounds good, Randy. Yeah, just I was surprised. I usually don't get in there in the evening too much, but tonight I decided to jump on the radio because the band's has been pretty decent lately. I get on with a group of guys in the morning about 4:30 on 80. It's been pretty tough through the summer, but it's really turned around and been a big improvement. Some of the guys local I talked to here within the state of Maine, and we can all run 50, 60 watts and communicate very well. In fact, this morning we were on, and we were all running low power, and one of our friends down in Florida, he had us at an F5, but so we put a little fire in the wire and brought it up, and we had a nice juice. But the bands have been really nice, and I enjoy 17 and also 10 when it's open. And I like making those contacts, coast to coast. Kind of enjoyable. So I do like doing a lot of DX, but I don't really do more often. I was so lucky to retire a long time. After being retired, I think I work more now than I did when I was working, Greg.
Well, I hear that more often than not, John. So don't feel bad. We kind of fall in that same boat. I think some of it we put upon ourselves. I think just to kind of stay busy, of course, but yeah, I think that's just kind of how it works. But we do make sure that we kind of set some time aside to get on the radio as well. Used to have a little more time in the afternoons, especially in the wintertime than we do in the spring, summer, and early fall. But that might start to change again, of course. But when we can set aside some time to get out here on the radio, we certainly try to enjoy the best we can, and we've been really fortunate so far that we've been able to do that. So hopefully it'll continue that way. Hey, John, thanks for giving us a call, and again, for the longest contact tonight, 1,256 miles as a straight line. I do hope that you've got all your summer toys and what have you all put away or getting that close, because it seems as though the cold weather is going to come whether we like it or not. And I know the upper West Coast area have gotten some really bad weather, and I think up around the Great Lakes they've got 9 or 10 inches of snow. So could be heading your way. You don't know. Anyway, you and yours have a great evening here on Tuesday night. Appreciate it. If you hear us again out here on the air, please stop in and say hi, and we'll just kind of catch up and see how things are going for you. So in the meantime, we'll say 7-3s, and definitely look forward to the next time. November 1, Uniform X-Ray Victor. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio at Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Yeah, okay, Randy. Just to tell you, I was working here as an Oyezo FT920, and I'm running a Dentron old tube amp tonight, running about 500 watts into an off-center fed dipole.
Well, it's definitely working, because you've been holding 5 and 7 to 5 and 9 just about the entire time. So pat yourself on the back. It's doing a great job.
Okay, Randy, same here. 5-7 for you also. Good copy.
Well, I appreciate it, John. Hey, have a good one. Take care. Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any other stations, please?
Kilo Echo
8 Sierra Delta Alpha.
Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Delta Alpha, I believe. There, go ahead.
QSL, hey Randy, this is Charlie. I'm up here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, Charlie from Cleveland, Ohio. Well, thank you so much. First one into Ohio tonight, and Cleveland as well. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, the name here is Randy, of course, and our QTH. I didn't say last time around. I probably should have done that to the other operator. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and we got our cameras up tonight, so we're live streaming here on YouTube as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. I was actually I was listening to the last couple guys you were talking to, and put the YouTube channel up with the volume down so it doesn't mess with us. But yeah, sounds good. You were like 5'9" for a long time, and then came down, and now you're coming back. So it's just wavering, I guess. But nice signal, and I enjoy your show. I think I listened to you last week, but I wasn't able to get through.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm glad you did tonight. And yeah, it seems that's what's been going. The first couple of contacts were right at the noise level, and then came up, and then I think that's what's happening tonight, and that's okay. Most cases I can still pull them out. Like I said, we just finished with a John in Maine, and it was pretty good contact the entire time. We had one just on the other side of Cheyenne, Wyoming. That was a good signal as well. So, you can't complain. It won't do any good, but this is what 40 meters does. Again, I appreciate the comments. We do enjoy this quite a lot. And again, we didn't want to do this for me. It's something that we wanted to kind of give out to, the amateur community and see what people liked or didn't like. Again, it's just something a little bit different of what we're doing. We're having a great time doing the live stream. I think people are enjoying it as well, and as long as that keeps working that way, we'll keep doing it there, Roger.
Yeah, no, it's neat. I heard you talking about that guy Alex down in Florida, and I heard him earlier in the year and talked to him a couple times and really thought that was neat what he was doing, and then stumbled across you, and it reminded me of what he was doing. But yeah, I think it's definitely interesting to people. And it's a good way to interact and just kind of brings another dimension to the whole, just QSO experience. So, yeah, really cool.
Well, I tell you, what appealed to me, and again, I give all the credit to Alex. Alex, the gold standard, as far as I'm concerned, doing this, and he has a great channel. He has a lot of followers. It's nice. He's built bilingual, so he's able to do a lot of the Spanish stations as well. And we did an event at the beginning of the year with Papa Phil up in Michigan, who was in need of a kidney. We kind of helped him put together this special event. We were doing K4P, kidney for Papa Phil, and those kind of things. So Alex is very active, of course. He runs a very good station. He runs a very good channel. Has a lot of great followers. Some of them, I can honestly say, come and listen to me sometimes, or stopping on the live chat, which is kind of nice. I'm not doing this for followers. I'm doing it because it's kind of fun, and I wanted to do something that if somebody was curious about how they sounded or wanted to see how their signal was working because they did a couple of tweaks or what have you, that's kind of what it's for. But I will say this, and I think it's true for a lot of people that are doing it. I've had a couple of emails from people that said, hey, my kids are been trying to get my kids involved, or my brother or a family member or friend, and they just think it's CB radios. And I showed them the YouTube of you and I talking, and it got them interested in it. Well, if that maybe makes one person take it a little step further and maybe decide to get their license, hey, great. I mean, it's amazing that we can integrate all these different mediums and still have things come out that works out for both sides, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. A good way to maybe kind of get younger people involved and interested. Actually, one of my son's friends was over here the other night, and he's got a CB on his truck, and he saw my antennas, and he wanted to see the radio, and I showed him a little bit, and I think he got intrigued, so maybe he'll get into it.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, they had the Boy Scout Jamboree. It was a worldwide thing over the weekend, and a couple of days before that, I had a station. Name is Robert, in Tennessee. Him and I talking just like you are, and he told me about what they were doing, and wanted to know if I would at least have a chance to kind of check in with them or call in when they were trying to do their CQs on the weekend to kind of get the scouts interested in it. And unfortunately, the propagation I wasn't able to get in with them, but we got into a troop up in Iowa. We've got one out in Arizona. I think there was one in Colorado, and I think got another one in Pennsylvania. But we were able to live stream a couple of them. And I told them that in the beginning. I told the scout troop master, and I told one of the operators, I said, I've got you guys on YouTube, so whoever the kids are, we'll let them know that. And I've gotten some emails from off of my email address. The kids got a chance to listen to themselves on the air. And I thought it was really cool because, they always got the device in front of their face. And now they can go to YouTube and they can show their friends, hey, this is what I sound like on the air. So, again, it's integrating two different mediums, and if it spurs some interest in the hobby, I think it's great.
Yep, I agree. Perfect. Well, hey, I'm sure there's a bunch of other people out there that would like to talk to you, so I don't want to just ramble on too long. But I appreciate you taking my call, and I'm glad we got to talk, and hopefully we'll get to do it again.
No doubt at all, Charlie. And I try to pull the calls out the best I can. It's unfortunate that maybe we weren't able to, make that connection, last week or whatever the time frame is, but we did tonight. And I try to do that every night. Again, I'm the first one to admit that we're not a great pilot person. I try to pull calls the best I can. I will say this though, a great signal, and to become a regular with me, we need 4 contacts on my log. So this is number 1. So you've got 3 more, and on the 4th contact, you become a regular in my book. And we throw confetti, have a big party in your name. So we got 3 more to go there. Go ahead.
All right, Randy, that's perfect. Yeah. Thanks very much, and I will definitely be back in touch. And I'll say 73. And again, thanks for taking my call. You're doing a great job, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, you're welcome back anytime, of course. And if you've been to the channel again, to know when we're out here, you hit that little notification bell, and then it'll let you know where we're at. Again, we try to find a spot here on 40 that's open and doesn't interfere with anybody else. So that's the best way to kind of figure out where we're at. So do it however you want. But I've enjoyed it, and I do appreciate you taking the time to give us a call this evening. I'm glad we got a chance to work. Good signal. The audio sounds really good as well, so I don't think I would change a thing. Again, you can be the judge because you listen to it. There's about that 20 or 30-second delay. That's what really throws people off on the YouTube thing, but I think that's just what YouTube does. So by all means, come back anytime. We'd look forward to having a chat with you again. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. You and yours be safe, be well, and we'll look forward to the next time again for sure. Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Delta Alpha, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City. Thank you again. 7-3.
7-3.
Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please? Come down with your call.
Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Romeo.
Okay, Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Romeo. Kevin, is that a Roger?
Well, that's correct. Good evening, Randy. Beautiful conditions this evening. Been listening along here for a while, and found your stream first on YouTube, and then that brought me back down to the radio here to see if I could just say hello. And just out of curiosity, with that screen capture there, is that a FTDX10 by any chance?
Well, I'm glad you asked, and yes, it is. It is. When I started this process, and my friend Alex wanted to get me set up, I said I couldn't afford it. And the only thing we spent was $20 for a video capture card. So it actually takes the display from the radio, and it allows us to put it onto our software that integrates into YouTube. So yeah, that's the exact display on the FTDX10. And I like the idea because, one, I can say, hey, your signal's 5 and 7. Well, it sounds great, or you're 5 and 9. Well, you'll get to see it yourself. But one thing we did like to do is to put the multi-side up and have the oscilloscope there. So, you take my word for it, but look at the audio wave pattern for yourself, the peaks and the valleys. I think that's something that adds to it as well. Roger?
Well, like it. That's the next radio I've been considering. I have the 991, and currently right now I'm on the 1200, just running the radio, no amplifier. Hopefully you're hearing me not too badly, and just kind of considering that as a next radio. And what's your overall opinion of it so far?
Well, first off, I was going to comment. The audio is terrific, really is. The audio is just terrific. I don't know if I would change a thing. Again, it's in the ear of the beholder, so to speak. But and again, you found the channel. You can listen to it for yourself. Well, here's the thing I will say about the FTDX10. This one here that I'm on, I got it in February. Had it for 2.5 months, and used it one night. The next morning, I turned it on and went to transmit, and I had nothing. It had no transmit power whatsoever. So I did call Yaesu in California, and they told me to try a couple of things while they're on the phone, and none of that worked. And they said, well, go ahead and ship it to us. And so I had a radio that's 2.5 months old, and I already have to ship it in for service. They had it for 5 weeks, and apparently the PA had gone out of it, and they repaired it, and it's worked great ever since. Here's the thing. I like the radio so much, I bought another one. I bought one in June, either June or July. So I have two of them. One is in this shack, which is Studio A. We have one in another location downstairs. And Studio B, the reason we have two locations is this one is next to the wife's office. And if she has Zoom calls or telephone conference calls, I could get kind of loud. So we moved to the other location. But I do like the radio. Two things that were a big selling point for me, Kevin. One is the external monitor feature and the digital noise reduction that's adjustable. Those two things was a home run for me, and I would certainly recommend the radio.
Okay, Randy, I'll take that all with a grain of salt as usual until I actually have one in the shack. Everybody can tell me what they want about it, but I'm guessing the more and more people I hear about them that are enjoying them, it sounds like a good way to go. The display thing is a big thing for me, and I'm not a real fan of the 3D display, but the display and being able to hook that up to an external monitor, as simple as that, is kind of the way to go. Right now I use the SDR console and run my pan adapter off the FTDX 1200. It's okay, but SDR console being a different program, third party, I've run into all kinds of problems with it where it will crash and it will go up and down. But you know what? Maybe that's not the program's fault. Maybe that's the operator. Go ahead there, Randy.
Well, it's possible. I wouldn't totally say it's operator. We had something like that. HRD or SDR HRD. We had a Yaesu FT950 and kind of run off of a dongle to do the same thing. And again, I had an ICAM. I had a 7300 in January. I bought that in January, knowing I was going to get this radio at a later point. We were going to take the 7300 to make it a portable rig. And it's a terrific radio. There has a lot of better aspects of that radio than I like than on this Yaesu. But if the 7300 had an external monitor port, it'd be a home run for me in my book. I will say this receiver is a little bit tighter, especially with the noise reduction. And some people can, they can object to it. I certainly understand it. But for me and my purposes and my ear quality, having this receiver really does help filter out some of the atmospherics that for me I couldn't get to do on the 7300. 7300 is so simple to set up audio-wise, and I've never heard a bad one. They sound terrific. This is a little bit more complex. You've got 3 EQs to work with, but once you understand how they work, it's really simple to set up. So again, they all have pluses and minuses. Again, I just like what the radio does, and it served me well. It could have been a fluke while the PA went out. I don't care. It's got a 3-year warranty. So we're good for another 2.5 years, and we'll let it work there. Go ahead.
You're laughing. For me, it would be an easy adopter. I've been running Yaesu since my FTDX 100, so that takes you back a little ways. The 100 through the 991 and the 1200 that I have now. So finding my way through the menus in the Yaesu is pretty good. Not a problem. I've been able to figure it out. The Icom 7300, fantastic radio. I definitely would not knock one of those, and I have considered it at times. But then once the 10 came out, I think that's kind of the next one on my radar. All right, I'm not going to hold you, Randy. I'm sure there's a whole bunch here wanting to get in and say hello to you, and I'll let you carry on. And thanks for having me in there. K0RWB, this is Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Romeo.
Well, no problem at all, Kevin. Enjoyed it. And at that last go-round, you were 5.9 plus. So that was probably some of the best when you listen to it. Again, I think the audio just sounds terrific. So if you're familiar with menus, yeah, not a problem. I think it'll be good. I think it'll work well for you. One of these radios, probably this one, maybe the other, I'm not sure yet, is going to help finance my next radio, which will be the Yaesu 101D, and that should happen here in the next. We'd like to think the next month or before Christmas anyway. So that's going to be our next one. We want to take one of these and use it portable, and we wanted to have a different radio to put here in the main shack in Studio A. So that's what we're looking at doing. So we haven't decided which one of these we're going to use to help finance the new reel to go downstairs. Plug everything in. It works identical because we're tied into all the antennas. We just run a different amplifier downstairs. But anyway, I think you've kind of narrowed it down, and I think you would not regret the FTDX10 at all. So thank you for giving us a call this night. First one into Canada, first contact with us on 40 meters. Please feel free to come back anytime. Have enjoyed it, and great signal, of course. And the audio is working quite well. I see my internet's kind of having some issues, so the live stream is kind of jagged, but the way it works. Again, feel free to come back anytime. You and yours have a good Tuesday evening, and look forward to talking to you again. Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Radio, a Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo, 73s.
73, Randy. Have a great evening.
Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please?
November Uniform 3 Quebec.
Okay, November Uniform, question mark.
November Uniform 3 Quebec, NU 3 Chief Bob, Randy. How you doing?
November Uniform 3 Quebec. Roger?
QSL.
Well, that's what I thought, Bob. But gosh, every time we come through, I keep hearing this little noise in the background, and it's in my location. It's not your location. It's my location. But well, hey, nice to hear you out there. Gosh, it's been what has it been? About a week or so. Thereabouts. So how's things going on in Pennsylvania?
Got 3 more to be commander, like you said before, on my house. Everything's going fine here, and I hear that the white noise too. I think it's pretty important.
Well, I don't know if you spend any time on 40 tonight, Bob, but it's just been it's kind of like a yo-yo, and we'll get stations that start off strong and then fall off at the end, or they'll come in really weak and then they end up really strong. So we've already got a contact out in Maine. That seems to be the farthest one so far. And of course we've got you. You're kind of second there, just outside of Pittsburgh. So that puts you in number 2. And we've already been up into Wyoming, up around Cheyenne, and a few places in between down in just outside of Austin, Texas. So gosh, we've been just about every 4 points you can think of, but you can never tell what the signal's going to be like there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. It's been a funny day in the last couple of days. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get couple of the CQ Worldwide this weekend, but yeah, it's just a bad place taking a rest right now, and it seems to be going up and down. I've been on here listening to you for about the last 40 minutes or so, so yeah, I heard some of your stations there, so the band's kind of like, yeah, you like you said, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's the question tonight. Did you participate in the contest this weekend? And if you did, how did you do?
Of course, I did not have time this weekend. My weekend was pretty busy, so did not get a chance to do it this weekend. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I did neither. Of course, I'm not a real big contester. I have a hard enough time on this channel here trying to pull out call signs. I can't imagine what it would be like on a big pilot for a contest. So I know my limitations. So we weren't able to. But and there's been a few tonight that have, and some have done quite well. One earlier said he had 74
4 countries on 10 meters. I think that's really, really good. I mean, that just tells you the band has just been really, really great shape. So, but that's, that there's going to be others coming up, people that didn't have a chance this time around. That's one thing I'll say. There's a lot of contests that take place even month to month, for those that are certainly doing it. But hey, to each their own. We did have a chance to kind of listen on some of the bands, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and boy, it just seemed like it was quite crazy. So I'm hoping that the bands will continue being that way there. Roger?
Yeah, I hear you there, Andy. I agree with that type of feeling. And I'm also coming late December, we're going to be doing the training event for band myself as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And here we are in November already, and we started planning for that back in August, and it's just amazing how quickly the time has kind of flown. And you certainly hope the conditions will be favorable. We're going to be operating in different times of the day and night. I'm looking at maybe doing a couple of times, 1, 2 o'clock a.m. My time, Central Time, because I know Australia comes in, New Zealand, those countries would like a chance to try to work those. But, there's going to be enough of us out there, on different bands and different times. Again, it's just the idea of celebrating the Christmas time and trying to spread some holiday cheer. That's really what it's all about. And if somebody, wishes to get a card, hey, more power to them there, Roger. Hey, Bob, you're fading out on me that last time around. Try it again there. I'm not sure if the band's going to hold with us or not. Yeah, I'm just having a hard time getting you there, Bob. It's just you're right at the noise level there. We're not really able to copy. Probably just call it just in case. But anyway, your signal report was 5 and 5, 5 and 6 here in the receive, and this is a number 2 contact. So you've got 2 more. We'll get you in the log as a regular. We're throwing that confetti and having a party in your name there. So we're halfway home, but by all means, give us a call again. Hopefully the band will be in a little bit better shape than it is tonight. But I do appreciate hanging in there. And we got a little bit of a conversation, but I was hoping for something a little bit more. But that's just the way it works. So hey, Bob, enjoy the rest of your night, my friend. Look for us again. We'll be here the rest of the week. At least we're going to try to. So if you hear us again, give us a call. November Uniform 3, Quebec, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7 3s. Okay, K0 RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations, please? Yeah, let's see if we got any more out there. We'll have to shut it down. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Kilowatt 0 RWB from BE3NHP.
Well, let's see if I can get it down correctly. Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Papa. I must have been way off. Try it again, station.
Yeah, it's far enough off. I'll give you Victor Echo 3, November Hotel Papa.
Okay, well, let's try if we can do it that time. Victor Alpha 3, November Hotel Papa. Roger?
Pretty close. It's just Echo instead of Alpha, so it's Victor Echo. I guess I've had the call probably 40 years.
Well, it's been a long day or night. That's my excuse. But anyway, we want to make sure that we get it right so I can get it in the log here for sure. And we'll see if we can get it again. They always say third time's a charm. Victor Echo 3, November Hotel Papa.
0 Radio Whiskey Baker from Victor Echo 3, November Hotel Papa. Good evening. The name here is Dwayne. We're in a little town called Stouffville, then country, which used to be country, but it's now turning into the city. But that's a story for another day. Running an FTDX10 here with an SB200 into a balanced line, a tuner, old Johnson matchbox, and ladder line out through the roof, and just across from the front yard to the backyard. That's the story of this one.
Okay, Dwayne. Well, my apologies on the call, but I've got it in the log here correctly, and I've got you pulled up here on QRZ. Well, fine business to get the working conditions. We are also running an FTDX10. I didn't hear the microphone, whether you're using the stock mic or something different. We have ours paired with the Heil PR781 here, and we've got a little bit of EQ, of course, adjusted in the radio. And we've got a 40-meter dipole on the side of the tower, about 38 foot. And I think we're just about 630, 640 watts on the peaks, but nothing too special, but it works for us there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Sounds very similar. Very similar on this end. The little SB200, I think I'm hitting it with 25 watts. I'm just looking on the meters, just hitting 500 watts on the peaks. So slightly driving it, well, maybe through 70% of power. The microphone here is a Sennheiser 421. Certainly the radio works very well with the stock mic, but I tried a few different ones, but the guys tell me this one sounds the best. Yeah, that's the great thing. There's so much flexibility, that you can put onto these radios, and you've got to use what because everybody's voice is different, and again, you really can't tell listening to it over the air, as long as it's audible and clean and what have you. That's what you shoot for. So if it works, hey, great, congratulations for that. We've had pretty good luck with these. We also run a Heil Pro Elite headset. We have two FTDX10, Dwayne. We have one up here in Studio A, is where we're at here this evening. We also have one in our Downsville location called Studio B. We're tied into both antennas, or all the antennas, of course, and we run a different amplifier in the other location. And we run the headset on that one downstairs. It does have a little bit of a different tone than what this one does here, but it's fairly close. And again, you use what works or what's available to you, but I think it sounds good here, especially in my receive. That's good. Yeah. Are you familiar at all with the Sennheiser 421?
With the brand, but not that particular model, no.
Oh, okay. Well, to compete with the RE20 series, that broadcast mic is long enough doing a good part of its life. Long enough on drum sets, but a lot of people over the years have used it on voice. It's a large diaphragm dynamic, similar to yours, and they come in around about $500 or so US. So they're a fair quality microphone. They tend to have a fair bit of low end. So on the radio here, I've chopped it pretty hard at 100 hertz, and I give it a little presence, a couple dB boost there. I think at about might have to look maybe 1 or 1.5K in the parametric of the radio, and you're familiar with that. It's got a DX10. So other than that, it's reasonably flat with the like I say, a roll off and a little bump in the presence peak. So that's all I've done to the audio.
Yeah, again, you get them dialed in that works for you. That's really the main thing. Well, we had the opportunity to try about 4 different microphones with this model. We have an amateur store here in the metro area, and the other 10 I bought from the local store, and even when we had the other radio, we were able to bench test 4 different microphones, and we kind of narrowed it down between the PR40 and the 781, and of course the PR40 is really low, and we have a very low voice already, so that was going to be a tough one. So we went with this one, and kind of the same way. We have our rolls off at about 100 hertz as well, and we do a little bit, and just about even, maybe a touch above for the highs. I'm actually watching the oscilloscope now, and I can see that jumping around a little bit. So again, when I listen to it on my playbacks here on the channel, this is what I actually sound like. This is where I'm more comfortable when I listen to myself. You know, most people don't like to hear themselves, but this is where I sound the best. So this is what we've kind of gone with. And, well, yeah, whether people like it or not, Dwayne, this is about as good as we get there, Roger.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's full, and I usually, look at the band scope. I just set my scope, for in center there, set it at about, so I can see 3Ks out, and it's nice and flat all the way through right to probably 3K, and looks good, sounds good. I wouldn't touch it.
No, we've got it locked in. I'm done messing with it, and I do have 2 other audio settings saved on my SD card, for either trying to bust a pile up, so we've got it narrowed in a little bit more, or, if there's a DX station we're trying to work or something that we hear out there, we can narrow it up. But otherwise, this is pretty much what we use day in, day out. I don't know if you were copying the mail earlier or not, but we were trying to be out here in the evenings here on 40 meters, and we do a live stream on YouTube. We're actually live streaming right now, and that's why when I go back and listen to it later, I can get an idea, if my sound is like I want it, like it's supposed to sound in my ears. And again, that's why we don't make a lot of comments on people's audio. We're certainly not an audio expert. It's always in the ear of the beholder, so to speak. But the nice thing about doing the live stream is it records. You can go back and listen to it later, and you can decide for yourself, if it sounds good, if there's any changes you want to make, and so forth. And that's kind of when I did start of the year, and with another operator who was doing this, and we've kind of graduated to do it this way ourselves. And again, we're doing it. We're having a lot of fun with it. And I think other people are as well, Roger.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's a good idea. And if I just looked you up on your website there in QRZ, or your QRZ, we may have spoken. Certainly, I've heard you on the band. Maybe looked you up. I recognize the QRZ page, and I like hanging around 40 in the evenings. And very good. Oh, I was going to comment about the recording. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that after the net if it's possible, if it archives. One of the local nets here, the guy does on Sunday nights. He also records it, and all those on the mailing list get the link to it. And I was listening to myself on this net the other day, and started listening. I could hear this distortion. I thought, what is that? I could hear it on voice speech, and I put the headphones on, and I turned it up, and I went, that's not right. And then I started looking at the amplifier, tuning it up, and then brought the grid current up to full power, and oh man, something's not right here. And I wasn't getting the power, and anyway, it turns out I had a soft tube, and the soft tube was, of course, causing the distortion, and so rattled around here and found another 572B and popped that in and solved the problem, and of course the amplifier came back into the numbers. Actually, what was the tattletale sign, as I remember now, was the input SWR to the amplifier was normally it's like 1.3, well below 1.5, and it was around 2 to 1 on the input. And I thought, what is wrong? So anyway, I see. I'm going to say Randy. Sorry, I think it's Randy. Anyway, that's the story on that. Very good. I'd love to listen to that. The FCX10 kind of super radio. It's a little small. Probably in hindsight should have bought the bigger one, but it's at double the price. We also have a radio store down the street. Probably one of the few in Canada. Radio World is just down in the city there. So it's a 20-minute ride, and I was in the store there, I guess, about 6 or 8 months ago, and I don't know how, I just wandered out with it. But I kind of liked it. The 7300 just didn't do it for me. I didn't like the receiver, at least some of the stuff I read about the receiver, and I didn't like the fact it didn't have a monitor output port. I really wanted to tie a monitor to it and a few other things, and of course the hot receiver, as you're well aware of, and the low distortion transmitter in it too was a turn on, and it's certainly a few more dollars than a 7300, but anyway, here it is. Reasonably, like I say, I'm happy with it, except the buttons are kind of mushed in there, and they're hard to get at, but you can get the presets set up, and the radio works pretty good. So happy with it. There's one little bug with it. I've updated the software a few times. Every once in a while, you come and you turn it on, and it will it gets itself, and it just comes up on the screen. It says, please insert flash card for a software update. And at first I saw that, and I kind of thought, oh no. And I see looking on the net there, a few people have had the issue. I find if you just hit a couple of buttons, I think there's a way to reset it from the front, but you hit a couple buttons and kind of play with it for a minute and turn it on and off, and it seems to come back to life. And that's happened probably half a dozen times. I'm just wondering if you had anything like that happen.
Well, I haven't had that, but I will say we got this first part of February and ran it for, like we're doing now, nothing any different. We're not pushing but about 45 watts into the amplifier. And one day we went to turn it on, and it didn't transmit any power. And so we tried to do the reset from the manual, and we called Yaesu in California, and they said, well, try this and this and this while we were on the phone, and that didn't work. And they said, well, you have to send it in to us. So here I have a brand new radio. It's 2.5 months old, and I'm already sent it in for repair. And they had it for about 5 weeks, and the PA had gone bad. They couldn't explain why. And at that time, I didn't know it, but at that time they said, yeah, well, you do have a 3-year warranty. I was not aware of that. So I haven't had any other issues. I know what you're talking about, some about the firmware update and what it's doing, asking to put the card in. There's been a few other glitches with it as well. I haven't had that problem since it's come back from repair. The second one I bought, which was the end of June, maybe 1st of July, I can't remember which. I've never had any problem with it. Matter of fact, the plastic is still on the screen. So we don't use it a whole lot. But again, I had the 7300 I bought in January, and I did like the radio. It's much easier to set up transmit-wise, audio, than it is on this one. Again, if it had the external monitor display on the back of it, the port, it'd be a home run for me. But it doesn't have the tight receiver resist. There's just no way around it. A digital DNR is really nice, and having it adjustable is just a win-win in my books. Like I said, I liked it so much I bought a second one. But here shortly, one of these is going to help finance the next radio, which is going to be the Yaesu 101D, which we'll put up here in this shack, in the primary shack. Our space is a little bigger than what this FTDX10 will hold. So, yeah, all in all, I certainly do enjoy the radio. It works out real well. You're right. Getting to the band button and the mode button is a little tough if you got fat fingers, but, you make it work, and it seems to do okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to set up it. There's a setting in the menu there, and I haven't done it yet. Hook a key up to the back so I can tune the amplifier. And apparently when you hit it, it'll go right to tune mode. So, but that's my minor complaint. I sure like the hot receiver. I find you can tell in a busy band that it's pretty tight. And I like the low noise. It's just so easy on the ear. I sometimes sit back in the chair here, just lean back and you listen to a QSO, and it's so quiet. And it's so much more pleasing than a couple of the radios I had. Particularly, I had an FT2000. That's probably worst case scenario. It's got a really noisy receiver, real high phase noise. It's actually really taxing on the ears compared to this. And my buddies there that had at his farm just up the road here, he said, hey, why, it was a Thursday afternoon or something, and I don't know, we were on 40 meters. He said, it was a nice day. There was no wind. It was sunny, probably 50 degrees. And he said, hey, come on out to the farm and we'll throw a dipole on the tree. So it wasn't a half a dozen, I guess, 4 of us were out there. And anyway, we're playing around on 40 and 80. And I brought the 7300 out, and I said, here, have a listen. And I popped a little speaker on the top, too. There's no external speaker. And I said, what do you think of the audio? And all of them walked away and said, I can't believe under the sun.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It definitely does sound good. So that's just since Bob Heil had his hand in it, it's going to sound good, no doubt. But I just, it's a great price point radio. You can't really knock it for. It's right now, I think it's $1,000 US. For as many features as it has, that's a great price point. This will come down at some point. It's already come down $100 here in my location. So I would expect it starting to drop as well, but it's the way it works. Dwayne, we've got to shut her down here at the bottom of the hour. We've run out of quarters, in the machine, and we're going to see if we can make one more call. But I really enjoyed the conversation. I don't like to say QSO because we're going to have another one, I'm sure. We're trying to be out here 7 o'clock Central Time during the week. Most likely we try to get here. Every once in a while something comes up we can't. But by all means, give a look and a listen there on the channel. There's a couple of times that you were a 5.9 plus signal, and it was just you only. That was really great. Didn't even have to hit the DNR. So it sounded really good. But be the judge. I think it sounds terrific. But by all means, come back anytime. Really have a chance to kind of pick up where we left off and see where things are going. And if you're interested in coming back again, you can always, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, notification bell, and so forth. That kind of helps our analytics and those kind of things. And if not, I've enjoyed it, and I'm sure we'll have a chance to work again as well. So I'll say 7-3 for now, and we've got just a few more minutes. Well, maybe we can get another call in here. But really enjoyed it, and again, I hope you come back again real soon. Victor Echo 3, November Hotel Papa, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3.
7-3 is Randy. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I'll at least get a like. I don't know about the notification. Yeah, maybe. See a like for sure. I appreciate that. Hey, I won't take up any more time. Let's carry on, and we'll carry on another day possibly. K0RWB from VE Train HP 73.
All right, thanks again, 7-3. I got time for one more call. At the bottom of the hour, QRZ. Any other stations, please? Well, I can hear something in the distance, but not able to pull out the call. Put another quarter in the machine. Turn the volume up. QRZ.
Victor Echo Niner Alpha Delta Victor. Roger.
Well, we're going to end our night with another Canadian station. Well, good evening. Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor. Jean-Paul. Roger.
Yeah, JP Julia Papa. Very nice to hear you on the air. K0WB, I understand, and calling you from Eastern Canada, province of New Brunswick. Over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I've got you pulled up on the logger here, and yeah, you're definitely east. You have also won first place tonight for the longest contact, 1,561 miles between your QTH and mine. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, central U.S. Sir, go ahead.
Roger from Missouri, and I was out in the mobile earlier and trying to make contact in the mobile on 40 and 80, and you're my furthest contact tonight as well. And thank you for your calling, CQ, and thanks for sticking around. 7-3.
Oh, I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, thank you. That just it makes my whole night. I mean, again, I've never gotten into that part of the country anyway. And I don't know really how far you are from the coastline. It doesn't look like it's terribly far, but yeah, that's a nice little distance here on 40 meters. I don't care what night of it is. That's still a pretty nice little contact. But yeah, I appreciate you giving us a call. And again, we had a few more minutes here to the bottom of the hour, and then we've run out of quarters, so they say, and we'll have to shut down. But yeah, what a great way to end it. And JP, and gosh, our first contact on 40. And I hope we'll have an opportunity to talk again there, Roger.
Roger. And yeah, when I do park from the air sometimes, I get some contact from Missouri, so on 20 meters, though, not on 40, and during the day, obviously. And yeah, I got to say that this is probably my furthest contact on 40 meters as well. So, and I don't think I have Missouri on 40 meters, so that's really good. And thanks for sticking around and throwing the last call out there. I was just put on the frequency and saw you there, and I figured thank you very much, Logan.
Hey, Roger, and I've got your page pulled up, and it looks like you've got a 991 Alpha. I don't know if you're using that portable as well on the Parks program, or are you using a different radio?
I'm using an SC-891 for Parks on the Air mostly, and I've got it set up for digital now. I've taken the 991 off a couple of times, but man, I spent a lot of money on that radio. I don't want to
Yeah, that's a radio that we looked at really hard this summer because we did quite a bit of portable work, and the 891 is a really nice and compact radio. We did have a chance to try one on the bench at a local radio store here. And we were running kind of out of time getting things together. We were heading out to Colorado, and at that time we had a 7300. So we took that with us. But at some point in the near future, we're going to look at trying to grab an 891. We've heard some really great things about them, and they seem to sound really good on the air, and everybody seems to like them there, Roger. Yeah, definitely. The only complaint I've heard is if you hit the menu or one of the buttons, and if you don't do anything real quick, it reverts back to the default menu, and that would be kind of difficult if you're driving down the road. That's the only thing that I think might be a little bit of an issue if you're driving, running a mobile, versus a portable. But other than that, everybody seems to like them, and we've had a chance to operate one on the bench, and very simple to get around, and really easy to operate, and it's not a terribly priced radio either.
Yeah, you're right. The price is right. Here's the QRT radio, and for I was looking at one of the drivers and one of the guys around here has one, and after comparing and listening to the SDS and once an hour and listening to the G90, kind of happy with
JP, thanks for giving us a call. The band has kind of dropped out a little bit, and we kind of lost you there at that last end. That's just kind of how the band's been tonight. But hey, we got a good conversation, good QSO, and again, you've been about 5-5 to 5-7, just kind of fell off the last end there. So that's still a contact in my book. But by all means, feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there. We'd love a chance to work you a mobile if we can hear you. Of course, we don't try not to hear people. We try to pull them the best we can. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for giving us a call. We'll make you the last contact of the evening. We do hope to be back the rest of the week. So by all means, you hear us again, give us a call. Back-to-back Canadian stations have been a great evening. So 1,561 miles. Boy, you can't beat that. Hey, enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to talking with you again. Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor, a Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7-3s. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll say 7-3s. We'll be clear, and QRT, the frequencies open.
I did want to say thanks to everybody who's still watching on the channel. And again, I'm not sure about the format. You guys can leave me a comment if you like the format or not. Hopefully, we were able to ask everybody that stopped in if they had a chance to work the contest this weekend. If some of you that are still watching and you did, and we didn't get a chance to chat on the air, leave me some information on the chat or in the comments of how the contest worked out for you. We'll do this again, hopefully tomorrow, if not the next day, for sure. But thanks for those folks on the live chat and for those watching the live stream. We really have enjoyed ourselves, and I hope you guys did as well. Thanks again, 7-3s. You guys have a great night.